Hey, what's up, cousins? Hey, what's up, cousins? Hey, what's up, cousins? It's your girl, Nunu Nellz, and we are on a set of Culture Reset with my co-hosts, Nighty and Sage. Okay, where we find out the who, what, when, where, and why things happen in our culture today. So invite us out. We outside. We outside. Invite us out. You know, what you say? Did you say yes?
Yeah, it's a blessing, like, just to be able to, you know, do shit that you love to do. Like, this culture, right? Culture Reset. Like, this is what we fuck with. This is what we do. So.
Hey, what's up, cousins? It's your girl, Nunu Nellz, and we are on a set of Culture Reset with my co-hosts, Nighty and Sage. And we have a very special guest with us today, Bronx native, rapper, savior, the savior of the saviors in the building. Jae Tips is here. Thank you for coming.
No problem. I'm happy to be here.
Well, for those that don't know Jae Tips, he is a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
Rapper first? I would like to say rapper first,
yeah,
right?
I'm a rapper first.
Rapper first. And you have a dope brand called the Savior World Series brand. And you are the brand. You are the hat. Okay? I don't want to just say the hat, but it is the hat. You feel me? Like, how did that come about? We want to just jump into how did you get this, like, how do you balance rap and your clothing brand? Like, how do you balance the two? Do you lean more into one direction for one? Like, what?
Well, I think all my drive, all my knowledge, all, like, just my focus came from music. You know, just the underground circuit, doing different showcases, just hitting the city, you know, trying to get on stage a lot of times, trying to get booked is the same thing, principles that taught me how to be focused with clothes. And you know, just a little bit like when I was going through the show circuit, when I even learned that I could sell clothes. So, you know, if I got booked for something, if I had a little bit bigger set than I usually have, I'll ask if I could get a table. And if I ask if I get a table, I'm not just fighting them to get a split on the tickets. I'm trying to sell my t-shirts. I'm trying to sell some hats, some buttons, some pins to make a little bit more money. Because at the end of the day, I live in New York City. You know, I like nice things to kind of just be able to just pay the phone bill after you perform. You know, it's kind of tough, you know, so just being able to just balance that, like being who I am, Jae Tips as an artist, but also trying to, you know, put my mixtape on a shirt or put my name on a shirt and make a few dollars. I seen it kind of just turn into something for myself. So it was clear that I should focus like a little bit more to kind of get it going.
Okay, well, that's dope, because a lot of artists, when they sell tickets to their concerts, they sell the merch. They make it kind of a package deal. So do you find it that people were really interested in your style per se, or it was just like, look, they found my music dope, so that's how the transition came into play?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I grew up with young parents, so you know the first way to show love when you're a young parent is through material things. Like, so my sneaker addiction and clothes addiction started at a very young age. Like, I was 6, 7 years old already aware that I had on the Jordans, I had on the Air Maxes and stuff. So when I really got outside and I started doing like open mics and shows, I always felt super overdressed because, you know, the music scene is gritty. You know, there's a bunch of people in there with, you know, Timbs and Nike boots, and people really can't come into rap. And I got on a whole bunch of streetwear brands, Supreme, Off-White, BBC, Bape, and stuff. So I always felt like my style always kind of put me in a different conversation where it's like people, sometimes just the amount of people that told me like my bars would be like, yo, you killing it. Like, I fuck with this. I've been trying to get those. Like, you got the plug. Like, so, and me, my first job, my only job working at Foot Locker didn't make it any better. Like, I always had all the shoes. I always had so much, just different style. So when it came to just me just as an artist, it was always I knew that people were here for. So if people wanted to dress like me, how about I put my own hoodie on and see if that translates into some dollars, and it did.
Oh yeah, it did.
Yeah,
it did. So even you mentioned just throwing on your own hoodie. So a lot of people come with hoodies, t-shirts. You know, that's pretty standard. But for you to go into the hat business, and charging the prices that you charge, and knowing that what you're putting together is something that they're gonna be like, I'm not gonna question that price. That's what I need. So what made you do hats though?
I think I've always been a fan of hats. Like when I used to get haircuts as a kid, my dad would take me to the hat shop right up the block. I would always get like a shape up and a fitted. So you know, as I
ain't that weird?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so you know, I just always was a fan like the Yankee hat. Going into different cities and shit, like throwing on the Yankee hat, always let people know where you from. So I just started like at the end of the day, like when they grabbing these pictures of you and you out, you want your logo on the side or something. So you know, to be honest, the price kind of just came from like, how can I do this with making a little bit of money, because fitteds are expensive. And getting embroidery, getting things printed are expensive. So it's like, how do I make a little bit of money and still do this? And I think that's where the prices came from. And to be honest, it was all just me figuring it out. To see that people were still willing to pay it was the craziest part to me. Like, oh shit.
Because some people don't understand the breakdown. Like, if I'm paying this much to get it done, this much, the packaging, all of that comes into factor. If you go to Chanel, you know, you're paying for the box, you're paying for the bag, you're paying for the little rolls. Everything matters when you're buying that. Yeah. So to have your first pop-up shop or something like that, and then to see the line wrapped around the corner, what was the feeling for that?
It felt like an alternate universe. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like a lot of the things like with clothing, like took off during the pandemic. So you know, I was in the crib like just with the laptop, going crazy, ordering hats, selling hats, going to the post office with 2 masks on and stuff like that. So when, you know, I felt comfortable enough to go outside and just really do a pop-up. Like, of course, I've had pop-ups before, more music-based. Like you said, just having a bunch of CDs and seeing a steady flow, like just to see kids kind of lined up and everybody want a picture. Everybody want me to sign something. It was a little unreal. Like, it was a little bit, like, you know, even like in yourself, like if you ever had like a conflict in yourself, like they're not lining up to see me rap. They're lining up to buy something. Like, you know, it was a bittersweet feeling. It was a bittersweet.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that.
but it's at the end of the day, it's like one thing that I've always had to challenge when people would, you know me for clothes, know me for hats, know me for music, know me for just a bunch of things, is that it's still you.
Yep.
It's still something you got going on. It's still something in your atmosphere that they are subscribing to. So you know, it's still something I'm dealing with, like to this day. Like sometimes it's a different feeling when you rocking a stage and you know that they hear and they love you. But when you're selling clothes, it's almost like you gotta keep your smile on your face the whole time. You gotta make everybody feel special. Kind of like I would think like when like Michael Jordan comes to the arena, you gotta make every kid in the crowd feel like oh, this is why I spend my money on this guy. This is. I want to wait on this line for hours because I really fuck with everything he got going on. So it's like it's work, but it's still like it's an enjoyable moment.
So we see Savior going crazy from you know, you starting here in New York, you're in Atlanta, you're all over the country, lines down the block. Saw you at Complex Con, like so.
Crazy.
You know, Savior tour going crazy. What is some Jae Tips essentials for when you're on the road going to different states?
Well, definitely essentials on the road is you know, the Uncrustables peanut butter and jelly, you know,
love them.
And the Airbnb, you know, that got to get right. Essential waters, morning Starbucks run. Let me see some stuff that just has to happen on the road. Kind of got to remind yourself to eat in those moments too. I think it's just so much going on that sometimes you don't realize like the life balance of things. Like you're not gonna be on 100 if you're not just doing the basics. Yeah. Some other I don't know, just you know, making sure you got lotion. That's just regular things that kind of go on. You get in so many pictures, it's tough because people get mad at you if you don't repost stuff. But if you look crazy, then it's tough for you to repost it. So just kind of just making sure like I'm on point, brand on point, and just like the day is running like smoothly. Yeah, like that.
What's like the biggest stress there is, like just being on the road so much? Or you have like any horror story?
Horror story.
Ran out of merch.
That's a good thing too. Like the running out of merch stuff is like it's a good thing because we came here to make money.
Yeah.
But then when you realize that like, you know, maybe you didn't do your own calculations right, you could have made more money. So I think the biggest horror story is probably like, you know, when you coming into a city with a crew and you're the last one left. Sometimes like I had when we was in Chicago one time and like I had put a bunch of stuff in a box, and for people that don't know, you can check boxes at the airport. So like instead of you just trying to fit everything in your suitcase, so like my box wouldn't fit in the Uber. So it's like now I'm having to unpack stuff on the street and I'm having to put it back in the Uber, then get to the airport, and then put it back in the box and stuff. So I just feel like you can miss your flight, just little stuff like that. That's probably the scariest thing that's just happened. Just trying to call Ubers and they can't fit it, they can't fit it, they can't fit it. Probably like nothing like near life ending. So.
Alright. I remember going to one of your shows and just like, I remember seeing the entire crowd. There was more than one artist, but then after pretty much you got off the stage, the crowd was just like, all right, we're done. Like, how does that feel?
Well,
just
that's
like
tough.
they show it for you.
Well, that part is tough too because I think the underground scene is very like I'm coming for who I came for.
Yeah.
And it's not very family. Like one of my boys, Cito, we spoke about off the camera. Like he's a poet, and he travels. Like he does big shows. He does shows bigger than rap shows that I've ever seen. And probably big. Like his poetry shows look kind of like the battle rap shows. Like there's so many people and it's just a vibe. Like everybody's a community. Like they don't care who's on stage. They're here for you. If somebody is nervous, they're screaming words of encouragement. You know, everybody's taking each other's Instagrams in a crowd and just stuff like that. And it's like rap was never like that. Rap has always been just like, you know, I want to go before this person because he got the crowd. Like, and they're gonna be out, like, and stuff like that. So it's tough because when I see it happen to artists, because I seen it happen to me. So,
You ever thought about battling?
nah. That maybe like early on, like, cause when I was early on, you think like you untouchable, like you think like nobody. I think you should always feel that way, but battling is art. Battling is like a different animal, like than I think just studio rap. Like I think it's like gladiator type shit. Yeah. Niggas nice.
You're not right for a few rooms, just kidding. But going into just your full story. So we always like to, kind of end the show in a top 5 type of feel. You know, everything in hip hop is like top 5 Dead or Alive type feel. But as far as fashion, are there any? Could you name about your top 5 fashion rappers or just anybody in the music field that you feel has transition over into the fashion world that might have inspired you, or they have their own clothing brand that inspired you, or things like that? Like who's doing it for you right now?
Well, definitely I would say 1 and 2 has to be Kanye, Pharrell. Just because it wasn't just with them what they created, it was also like the influence they had on other product, whether it was the things they were wearing, whether it was just a trend that they kind of pushed forward.
Who's that number 1 though?
Kanye, definitely.
Alright.
Kanye, definitely, just because even the concept of selling merch for me came from Kanye. Of course, every artist before, but just that first-hand experience of being like in Madison Square Garden and just seeing this quality of a shirt be $35 and I'm missing half of the show just to get a shirt, just because I want people to know I was here. Right. I want people to know that I was a part of this experience. And Pharrell was just Pharrell is Pharrell. Like behind BBC, behind Bape, behind just a lot of different things now, even with like Adidas and stuff, where it's kind of like him for the music, him for certain things, but it's so many just trends that you just see kind of push forward. And then I think after that you kind of go into like, of course, like Drake with like the OVO stuff, even like me being the hats, you seeing like just Hove and what Big's doing with like the Rock Nation stuff. It's kind of big.
That paper plane is like, it's
kind of big to see somebody do something that very similar to what I do, but it's like you still see people wear it and salute it. People wear it and like it means so much. I mean, kind of like maybe like a left field. This may not be my 5. I think my 5 is kind of like a tie, because I think like I love what like St. John does with his merch, but I also love like a lot like how like somebody like J Balvin, who's a not American artist, but he gets a lot of like collaborations with brands, and he does a lot of like artsy different things. Like 1 week he's dropping an album, then he's dropping a toy, then he's dropping a sneaker, then he's dropping like a hoodie or something like that. So I think like just to be able to show that like you can be that strong, because like if we make a comparison, like a hypothetical about how like rappers and ball players always want to be each other and shit, but when like a rapper wants to be in the fashion industry, we've seen them be kind of successful.
Yeah.
So I think that I just try to like I kind of just, I don't hang my head on it. It's kind of like I'm trying to get that bag, and I'm gonna get that bag whether it's here or I'm gonna get that bag, and then people are gonna respect it because of people that came before me that are making a lot of noise.
And do your brand does represent, like, it's like really colorful. Like I like the flower around it. Like I like that. I like the, like when I like how it looks before I'm even going to shop. I like the visual of it. So I know you put some thought into that. Like when you go to my website, I want you to feel a certain energy when you look at the website. All of that matters. What we're looking at, what we're listening to, all of that plays a part. So that's a whole thought process in itself. So that's pretty dope. And then you have different, my girl B, right? You see how she started with the House of Darion. And that probably, that hit in high school days, but it ain't stand strong. But now she went to Ivory Park. So things like that, you see, that's a nonstop thing, just like music. If you feel like a sound doesn't go, and then you're like, okay, let me try this sound. I feel like maybe that's what she did. Sure. You think that's what she did? Ivy Park is hitting.
Nah, but you gotta be a hustler. You gotta have partners that believe in you. You gotta have you gotta align yourself with just people around you that motivate you, keep you on your toes. Don't let you sleep in. Make sure you up and you working. I just think it's a lot of things that go into being a great creative. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's tough to do it all alone. So I think that, like, maybe at certain points when it doesn't look like somebody had it all going, like, maybe they just had different people around them and stuff like that. So I try to make sure that, like, everything makes sense, even behind the scenes, because it kind of spills over. Like, how the food is cooked is going to represent how it tastes. So it's kind of like, I just try to...
Like, clean that chicken.
That's a gem. That's a little gem right
clean
there.
that chicken. Like, and how you clean the chicken matters. Are you cleaning the chicken
not soap and water?
Like, not soap and water.
So what's the official list? We got Kanye, Pharrell, we putting St. John in there.
I'll put St. John was like 5'8".
St. John was like 5'8". So I'll say Kanye, Pharrell, I'll say Drake, I'll say Travis. With like the stuff he does
with Astroworld,
Astroworld stuff, and I'll say 5 was I'll go with Balvin, just because Balvin has like the Jordan shoe. Maybe that's what took him over the top. Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Who you got thrown in there?
Who would I have thrown in there? Well, Drake is already there. That's my guy. Chris Brown. I like his pyramid, the pyramid clothing, and I see it a lot. Like, I see it in stores a lot. I think he has his own set fan base that kind of wears it, but I thought it was kind of dope. Like I like how he dresses. It's fun. It's not like too tight. It's a comfortable wear. And then you think of Chris Brown, he's a freaking star. So I like the whole pyramid thing and the skateboards and all that type of stuff. So I think that he could be an honorable mention in there.
What about you? Not any honorable mention?
I'd have to go split it between Rihanna.
Oh yeah.
And Tyler the Creator.
Dang, CB. I would hate to kick you to the curb for me. All right, you can stay, C. But yeah, Rihanna. That Fenty, I'm assuming be able to wear it. So yeah, we gonna Rihanna. Yeah, I like that.
With Tyler, like just his fashion sense from start, like. He was like one of like the first like rappers like really on that Supreme like type kick, and he's just always been such an innovator, and even like he makes really dope clothes, man. He makes really dope clothes, so I would say Tyler. But I listen, man, Savory going crazy. We'd be lucky if we get another project from
right. We lucky we got you in here now.
He gonna be in his Rihanna shit. Like, it gonna be like, yo, Jesus, when the next? It's gonna be like soon. Just wait on that.
I gotta meet with Nordstrom real quick.
Yeah, real quick. You know what I mean?
But we know Savior, well, from hearing you talk about it, it represents like just the people, the culture. But is there any like celeb that you would be like, yo, I want to see them in my shit, or have you already accomplished that?
Nah, what's crazy is people ask me that a lot, and to me, I think I've always just wanted to see people that like kind of supported me in it. Like, if there's like a celebrity that like really like is feeling it, like I've had Chris Brown with stuff. I've had like Fabulous. I've had a few different artists reach out for stuff that maybe I can't even think of now because maybe I don't remember seeing them in it.
Fab makes so much sense.
But it's like, of course, I think I would just love to kind of. I just want to be a people's brand, like you said. I want people to feel like Because a lot of times brands only repost people when it's a celebrity's wearing it or something like that. Like I want everybody that wears my stuff to feel like, nah, I fuck with him. Like it's not just the brand, I fuck with him. Like he's, I like what he does. So I just want to represent like the people as a whole, and if celebrities are part of it.
You ain't asked for a feature from Fab or CB?
Nah.
When you sent the package, it wasn't a note. I rap. I rap. I'm just saying.
Nah, I think I've always been the person that I like people to discover things on their own. Like I think my music has always been like just a reflection of myself, like my journal, my kind of just process. So a lot of times like just all that shit. Like I wouldn't even want a song with somebody that I don't really like fuck with too heavy. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just a look. That's a look that comes and goes. It it may push you to another space, but me personally, like just being able to be sometimes in the same room with somebody, you soak up enough game or and shit like that. Like
so you would have took the money or had the meal with Jay-Z?
that money. Sure.
That money for sure.
Sage, who would you have on the list?
This might be kind of obvious. I like Jaden Smith shit. Like I think his shit kind of fly.
Yeah, it's just dope.
I like it.
Yeah.
I fall in love with the people too. I think I fall in love with the person, like watching them, and then I get like, okay, let me see what they got going on. I want to support this. Like
it's hard not to.
Connected.
Yeah.
Cuddy's tour shit is pretty fire too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when Cuddy's on that shit go kind of crazy.
I see they're bringing back you see it all the a lot of girls I seen young Miami, she did it, Summer Walker, they're bringing back the t-shirts of just a whole bunch of pictures of them on it and different how you like that?
Nah, that's fine. That's fine. That's like real 90s like energy. Like I like that. I like any artist that is trying to make more money than a stream, because streams is bogus. Like you're not about to put millions of dollars into production just to make a few cents back. So why not sell some shirts? Why not use your influence for some good to really like put people in the street fucking with you and shit like that. If I love somebody, I want to own something. I want to have something. Same way we like Michael Jordan so much, we'll go put his sneakers on our feet. Like why wouldn't we want to wear a Summer Walker t-shirt if I listen to this album every single day?
Do you listen to Summer Walker's album every single day?
No, I listen to R&B more than I listen to rap. Like, to be honest, so like
most rappers do. Yeah. Most rappers do. They listen to R&B.
Yeah, I think it just puts you in a different zone. I think listening to rap all day, you kind of like get competitive. You start feeling macho like a man, like, oh, I need to rap. But like I think R&B kind of mellows you out. Like kind of like it puts you in a different vibe.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate having you. Like, invite us out. We outside. We outside. Invite us out. What you say? Did you say yes?
Next
time.
time.
On camera. He said on camera. He gonna invite us out.
I gotta give you some stuff. I gotta have you some
Let us know. So thank you for joining us.
Thank
this
you.
is
I
the
appreciate
Culture
it.
Reset, where we like to find out the who, what, and where, and why things happen in our culture. So thank you.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, yeah.